Suddenly on Christmas you get a PC made of pulsating flesh, blood, and bone with all the normal PC ports. It has 1000 times higher computing power than your current PC, but you have to feed it with a rat once a month. How would you react to that? Who made this PC? David Cronenberg. Alienware. Look at the sticker, it says product of the factory. More importantly, did they make two, and do the devices have genitals? Because I'd definitely be looking into breeding these things and filling my garage with them in a little rat park where I can breed their food too. I certainly hope not. Dr. Wondertainment nor replies. I guess I misspelled Santa on my wish list. Hail Santa. I just realized how oddly close those two are. Part of me wonders if there's a reason for that. The other part of me doesn't want to work right now. Is this the beginning of my Bitcoin mining career? My first thought. Keep it in the garage and mine away. 1000 times better isn't going to up my gaming that much before it maxes everything but mining would be great. You've just made me have a horrible realization about how mercenary I am. I was 100% against the Eldritch computer until Bitcoin came into the equation. Exactly, the ROI 1 rat a month would make this an insanely profitable venture. I don't live in a Doom level, so it doesn't quite go with the interior, so I'll probably buy an external casing with a hole for the rat to go in, which I can buy at my local reptile shop. Deleted. Buy it a shirt that says I hate Mondays. What if it sweats though? Yuck. Buy 2 rats to breed and have a good amount, rather not waste money or the trip to the reptile shop. OP, what did you get last Christmas? I got someone's heart yoo-woo. Does it smell or make a mess? If not, sign me up. It starts to sweat playing Crisis on ultra settings. It eats and shits through the same hole like a starfish. Well, I mean, the digested rat has to go somewhere. This is the most important question. Think of the smell. You haven't thought of the smell, you _bitch_. Even if it does, I'd just use it to mine Bitcoin. It seems like the parts will never break and I'm questioning if it would even get hot. You'd make a killing. Noah replies. Do I still need a mouse? Edit, thanks for the clicks. No, you need rats. Asking the important questions here. Because if I have smushed someone's bloody heart around a leathery skin mousepad, I'm out. Rats are outside, mice are inside. Now you can just use a keyboard if you want. Noah replies. If it needs to eat, then it needs to poop. Forget it. Put a litter box behind it, met. Cats can share it. Spiritual brethren, I imagine anyway. Also, does it move on its own? Cause if it doesn't, then you have to move it or it is gonna get bed sores and die. And if it does move on its own, I'm not sure that's better. Considering the amount of power needed to run a computer and the fact that it only needs 1 rat per month. It must be pretty efficient at turning them into energy, so I doubt there's much poop, if anything. So it has a hole for pooping. This gives another use for a flesh machine. It wouldn't be hard to build a toilet system around it. Continue this thread. Noah replies. If it is 1000 times faster just feeding on rats, imagine how powerful it could be if you fed it humans. I feel like Palo Mayombe warned us about this. It'll get addicted to human blood and crave more. Feed me, see more. Do you get smarter after eating more intelligent food? That's how you overclock it. You are that guy who will start a zombie apocalypse because you were curious. More replies. I would. So 2 things. 1. I would feed it rats twice a month. 2. Write an SCP article. Don't just write an article on it, contain it and deliver it by hand with full instructions to Foundation personnel assigned to computer-related anomalies. It would become fat and unable to store files larger than 4 GB. First thing I thought of was I'd be more worried about the SCP Foundation being on my ass. These already an SCP of this, it's in an MC detail. Asterisk not an SCP, but 1/9M9H9E9 follows a short novel about flesh interfaces that were created by humans on copious amounts of LSD and consumes human flesh to gain power. It is a trip. I highly recommend it. Noah replies. 1000 times the power of my current PC, for a rat. Once a month. You know that gif of Ron Swanson throwing his old PC into a dumpster? That'd be me. I live next to a PetSmart, so the rats would come easy. Given how dumb my snake is, I'd have to assume its brain is not 10 times more powerful than even a TV remote. Given my current computer is a potato, I think I may be better off saving the rat money for a normal PC. 1000x faster than a potato is still basically a potato, and I'd rather not have to clean up my computer's shit all the time. I was cleaning junk out of this rental house and I opened the shed. It was 2 years of garbage, like a mini landfill. I just sent a message back with a pic of the shed and said the deposit ain't gonna cover this. I think they're gonna burn it down. But anyway, in the meantime, I know just where to find my rats. The real dilemma is if you can overclock it with dogs or cats. My cats would probably eat it. Those lovable fuckers ruin everything. Ha, at 1000x processing power of even the shittiest computer, it's eating them. By feeding it its first rat, of course. By feeding it your first rat, mortal. Nice try, Satan. Fuck yeah, I have a super weird alien thing computer that has like 32 terabytes of RAM and like 4 petabytes of SSD GTX 2060 with UMM. I ain't even gonna calculate in a RYZN7 and someone to take care of my rat infestation. Looks like an absolute win. Ryzen 7 that runs at 4000 GHz with 1600 CORES. I'd have 16 TB of RAM, 8 TB of VRAM. I currently have an AMD Radeon RX 580 and a CPU with 8K cores and 16K threads. I currently have a Ryzen 7 3700X. The base speed is 390 GHz, that times 1000 is 3900 GHz base speed per core. Incorrect, my bad, and just that for a really cool looking PC which I need to feed 1 rad a month? Heck yeah. I weep for your current computer if a 2060 is 1000X your current one's graphics card. Does this mean you're running a GDX 2.06? Noah replies. Can I fuck it? Yes. Hey dude, can I also fuck your computer? And thus a new phrase is born right in the rat hole. I knew if I kept scrolling, some meon would ask this. Your dick fits in a USB-A port? Go straight to horny jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Noah replies. You are given immortality with the side effect of being sent back in time 2000 years. Would you accept this offer, and if so, what would you do? Put a £1 on Leicester to win the league. Still hard to believe they won it. Such an unreal season. Does anyone know what the odds were at the beginning of the year for that one? Can I choose where? That's the difference between me being revered as a sorcerer and burnt at the stake for being a witch doctor. Every 10 to 20 years you just move away. No one will have any way to identify you. It is the modern times you have to worry about. Try getting a new SSN/identity every 20 years or so. I always wondered how movies like Twilight dealt with these bureaucratic issues. More replies. Not enough information, so I will describe the conditions on which I'd accept. I'd do it if I was immortal, would not age, and could not be injured permanently. You should add, cannot be trapped and / or some sort of supernatural power. Otherwise, people will solve you by burying you alive, drowning you, or otherwise restraining you. Also, add perfect memory. Go and watch The Man from Earth 2007, not so much sent back, but deals with immortality. I like the movie, but be warned, only watch the first, don't bother with the sequel. If ever there was a movie that needed no sequel. Don't read this thread too far if you don't want spoilers for this movie. They ruin it below. Side note. I've met Tony Todd and William Catt from this movie. Both nice guys to chat with. Holy shit man, I've been looking for this film for years. I watched it in a film class years and years ago and could not for the life of me remember the movie, and whenever I googled the premise nothing right would come up, and now I'm just on Reddit looking at a random post, scroll down and see this comment, Google the film and it's the one I've been looking for. Never heard of it. The trailer seemed more to make me not want to watch it. But every goddamn comment on YT was praising it. So I'm giving it a go. I will report back my findings. Edit. Well, I watched it. It is 4 AM. And I don't think I'll be able to go to sleep. BC my mind is full on blown away. For never seen such storytelling, writing, acting that kept me glued into what could have been extremely mundane setting for a movie. Easily top movie for most thought-provoking. There's a sequel? Wow, that's a memory from like 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure I watched this movie. Watched it, because of this comment. Thanks, it was a great watch. Noah replies. Going to Rome, baby. Oh yeah. I hear Pompeii was a pretty great place to settle down. You're in for a good time in about 60 years when Nero burns down the entire fucking city. You should also form a religion. Save the birth control plant from EXTINCTION. I don't remember which culture/city harvested it to extinction, but it was a thing. But it doesn't say you're moved anywhere, you just go back in time. So if you're in America, good luck getting to Rome in the year 20. Hope you're a damned good shipbuilder. Do you know Latin? I hope you brushed off the old language so you can continue going. Continue this thread. More replies. Only if I was both invulnerable to injury and had the ability to kill myself if I chose. There's a lot of details we'll have to clear up. TBH. Have your people call my people. I had to dig up my response last time this was asked. We have to talk about the repercussions. The sun will burn out. You will be left on a frozen planet or vaporized, I guess. Don't know how that'll go. I would assume life forever means you are stuck there, cold and dark, forever. So the biggest assholes. It is a punishment. FYI. Turns out you'll get vaporized when the sun swallow Earth's orbit. If you're immortal, that's gonna hurt for a long time. Edit. Since I keep getting told to just leave Earth, here is what you need to consider. Progress on space travel will require an extended period without catastrophe. Think asteroid, nuclear war, deadly virus. Then, you need to break down the physics. Voyager 1 has left the solar system. That's the extent of our reach to date. It was launched in the 1970s and is moving at 11 miles a second. 4 light years is 2.351 times 1013 miles. If my math is right, and I did this quick, it would take Voyager 1 about 50 million years to reach Proxima Centauri. That's the nearest potentially habitable planet. Let's say you line it up perfect and land there. Then it is actually not habitable. That rocket of yours getting you back into orbit for the next planet? If not, all your eggs in that one basket. Then you wait for it star to vaporize you. Yet every time this immortality thing pops up on Reddit it is like, please establish some ground rules here, otherwise you will end up basically brain dead or severely disabled or just stuck abandoned in space for eternity. Yeah, immortality is shit if I can't heal and stay relatively young. I'm going to need some of that Wolverine/Deadpool Reagan shit when they start stoning me or burning me at the stake or whatever for being a dude who mysteriously lives forever. Noah replies. I would. You'd basically get to witness all of recorded history firsthand, although by the time it came around to present day, your would have been lifetime would fly by in comparison to your new lifetime. Then you gotta deal with eternity by yourself, which doesn't sound pleasant. I'd need to know the details of my immortality. Can I get hurt? Do I heal? Do spawn and come back to life somewhere if hurt? Do I have to eat? Or is eating and drinking an option, but I can skip it without any issue? And what happens when I get tired of living? Can I call it off myself? Then I'd need to have some kind of knowledge of languages. But if those issues were satisfied, yeah, I'd go back. People say this, but how many historic events do you actually remember in enough detail to be there for? And how long until your presence at those historic sites ends up getting you the wrong kind of attention? Can't witness shit if you have to walk everywhere. You'll get to see an event then have to walk for years to reach another part of the earth. You have to guess at when exactly things happen, can't be in two places at once, and then live through the doldrums between. Not to mention the butterfly effect. 2,000 years ago? This is easy. Move to Lasilan Burhuk. Lay low. Gather a group of strong men around me and train them for 4 centuries. Establish trading connections around the Low Countries and Saxony. Around 500 CE, declare the independent state of Luxembourg. Fortify the most strategically important site in Europe. Conquer Antwerp and Rotterdam, act as the western gateway for that sweet Hanseatic trade money. Ingratiate myself with the ruling European families. Profit. Centuries later? Probably start writing a fictional vampire series about my experiences. Edit. Thank you everyone for the awards, I can't believe this blew up. The answer is kind of based on a headcanon story that I've had for a long time. I don't play Crusader Kings, but now I'm definitely going to check it out. You all made my morning. This guy Crusader Kings. I'm stupid, but what book are you talking about? All fun and games until your in-laws are niece and uncle. Hey TM from Lasilan Burhuk, never knew it was that great of a place back in Roman times. More replies. A lot of people have mentioned potential downsides, but another one, even if you have invulnerability, is the possibility of being imprisoned. Maybe they can't kill or even hurt you, but they could lock you as a prison or trap you in a cave or something for eternity. Imagine being trapped in a dark cave for thousands of years with no way to die no matter how badly you wanted to. That's straight up torture. Imagine then 2,000 years later they find you while digging to build a new building. At that point you have gone insane and are a shell of your former self. There's a movie/show pilot on Netflix about this. In the Middle Ages the people thought they were witches, one escaped but the other was locked in a box and thrown in the ocean. You could be accused of something and then executed, buried, and then somehow escape after a few days, and then the first friend you see is like, is it really you? Greater than 2,000 years trapped in a cave only for 3 days if my math is right. I think I've heard this referred to as the Wolverine paradox or similar, where, if you are immortal, the chance of becoming trapped or stuck in that sort of situation becomes a surety, because you can't avoid it/forever/. You have infinite time. Wear down the cell door by doing nothing but scratching it with rocks for thousands of years. Worse, inevitably the sun goes red giant and Earth gets consumed. Immortal starts to sound pretty unpleasant, invulnerable or not. Then, when the sun explodes, drifting, for what is apt to be a very long time. You made me think of Highlander 3. Thanks. If I'm being offered this, my 2,000-year-old self should be around to tell me it is a go or not. I will wait on myself to tell me to do it or not. Plot twist, your 2,000-year-old self is the one offering you immortality. But then if yourself tells you not to do it, then you won't be there to tell yourself to not do it. Meaning you'd still do it and then your other self will come back and it'll be a paradox. Not if this time travel follows multiverse theory, Noah replies. Travel to Antarctica because it will be there. Edit. I never expected this to get 2 awards, thank you all so much. Build a settlement, with functioning heat, running water, indoor plumbing, and invite a few hundred select people. After the kids come of age, kick half of everyone out, invite a few new people in. Gotta keep the gene pool fresh. Name it Scratlantis. Make sure you have a ton of acorns. Is this a reference of some sort that I'm not getting? Continue this thread. Noah replies. I do not want to menstruate for 2,000 years. Hallelujah. That sounds like a huge deal breaker. Not to mention, as a woman, we'd essentially be property for the first 1900 years. But think of all the amazing things you would see, All the wild history we've only read about in books. The deaths and births of civilizations and languages. And you'd get to experience all of this, counting down the seconds until you had to live through 2020 all over again. Yeah, fuck that. Well, certainly not back in the year 19. Think of the mess, Jerry. My god, the mess. Jesus Christ, you said it. Also, being a woman generally has been a pretty shit experience for most of the world during most of the last 2K years. 2K years of menstruation and living with zero rights, zero autonomy, and a larger chance of being tortured for witchcraft than of being taken seriously if you tried to offer wisdom of future events or technology that might make people less miserable or increase worldwide scholarship. Hard pass. Thank you. I'm like I need more requirements. Like will this fucking end? 2000 IRS of cramps. Also I'm going to be fucking let's be real. Can I get some lifetime pregnancy prevention shit? There's just other kinks I want to worry about. Gonna need a baseline on where am I being sent to specifically? NERM, also some historian tell me what shit was going down then. Also we do need clarity on the immortality rules. Can I grow limbs back? Am I also invulnerable? Like can disease or traumatic injury still kill me? I wouldn't want to go back to a time without modern medicine unless I'm also invulnerable. I mean, being immortal nothing could kill you, the real question is can you be permanently damaged? Like, imagine being a useless, inanimate lump of flesh that just lived forever. Someone said that if you're immortal, you're essentially guaranteed to at some point end up permanently stuck in a hole somewhere that you will never leave. The longer you live, the more likely it is to happen.
Like and subscribe for more Reddit content. Watch the next video at the top of your screen.